Hello viewers, welcome back to my today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at something different and new. Please, if you are new to this channel, ensure you subscribe, like, share, and make sure you turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified when I upload a new video. So I'll be using these 2 yards of fabric. It's a crepe fabric to illustrate on how to make a pencil gown with a unique design. So let's get started. Okay, the first step is we'll fold our fabric into 4, using the biggest part of the body measurements, which is the hip measurement with 2 inches seam allowance. So I'll fold into 2. Okay, I just folded my fabric into 4, leaving at about 1.5 inches for zipper allowance. This is it. So right now we're taking my gown length. So the gown length I'll be working with is 36 inches plus 2 inches for seam allowance. That's total of 38 inches. So I'll mark 38 inches. So I'll just through the line there. This is my gown length. Okay, this is the actual length plus 2 inches for seam allowance. So from this zipper allowance area, we'll take our shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches. Divide by 2, give me 7.5. So I'll just place my tape along this area and mark 7.5. Then I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then 3 inches along the neckline area. Then I'll connect the line together. Okay, so this will serve as my shoulder slope. So from that point, I'll come down for my armhole measurement. My round armhole measurement is 15 inches. Divide by 2 also give me 7.5 inches. So I'll mark 7.5 inches here. And I'll draw the line. Then I'll connect it to the shoulder line. Okay. Then I'll derive the midpoint of my armhole, which is 3.75. Then from that point I'll curve to this area. Then I'll come in here by 1 inch. At the midpoint of the line, you just come up here by 1 inch. Then you connect from this side to this side. You just connect like this. So this is my armhole curve. So from the shoulder line, I will mark for my breast point where I will take my bust measurement. The bust measurement I'm working with is 34 inches and my breast point is 9.5. So I'll draw that line, my breast point line. Then my waistline, from my shoulder measurement to take get my waistline. My waistline is 14 inches. So I also connect in a straight line. Okay, so this is my chest line, this is my waistline. So for the hip line, I'll come down by 24 inches from the shoulder line. That's my hip line. That's the distance from your shoulder to your hip. Mine is 24 inches. It differs with body measurement. So I'll also connect the line together too. I'll draw in a straight line too. So this is my hip line. On each of the lines now, I'll impute the measurement. On my chest line, I'll take my bust measurement, which is 34 inches, divided by 4 will give me 8.5. So I'll mark 8.5 here. And I'll add, since this is an English dress, we won't be needing much allowance on it. So I'll only add 1 inch seam allowance to it. And the fabric is kind of a little bit stretchy. But if you are working with an Ankara material, please add extra inches. My waistline, I'll impute my waist measurement, which is 28 inches, divided by 4 will give me 7 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, on my hip line, I'll also impute my hip measurement, which is 38 inches, divided by 4 will give me 9.5. I'll mark 9.5 here plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I'll just connect the lines together. Okay, I'll just connect the lines together. I'll connect from my chest line to my waistline. You can use your ruler to do that. Just connect it like this. Then from my waistline to my hip line. So I'll just use my curve ruler to do that. Just connect it like this. Okay. Then for the hemming area of my gown, my dress, I will minus 3 inches from my hip line, depending on how pencil you want your dress to be. But I'll minus 3 inches from my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 38 inches. Minus 3 inches will give me 35 inches. That 35 inches will also divide by 4. So I'll mark 35 inches here, which is 8.75. I'll put the measurement here. I'll add 1 inch extra for seam allowance. I'll take seam measurement at the allowance area as well. Just mark same thing. Then I'll just connect the line together. The lines together. I'll just connect from my hip now to the hemming line. Okay, so this is our dress. You can see it's already well shaping. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Shoulder slope. Okay, so I'll just cut the side area of the dress. Okay, I'll just go ahead now. I've just cut the armhole. I'll just go ahead and cut the rest part of the dress. Okay, for my neckline, I'll come. This will be an asymmetric neckline, so we'll be doing that now. But I would love to draft or round neck before turning it into an asymmetric neckline. So I'll just come down by 3.5 inches here for the neck depth. Then for the neck width, I'll mark 3 inches. So I'll just connect it together. Mind you, the front and back is same. Just connect it together like this. And I'll cut this out. So this is the neckline. So what we do now, open it up, then I'll cut one side off. Just open it like this. Wrong side facing each other. I'll place the back on it. Wrong side facing each other. Please, you ensure you face the wrong side together to achieve this. I'm trying to arrange it so it to be equal. Okay, this is it. Well arranged. Now you have to decide where you want your asymmetric neckline to fall, whether at the right hand side or the left hand side. For mine, I want it to be at the left hand side. So I'll just cut the side off. So what I'll do now is to, from the armhole area, I'll come down by 4 inches. You just mark 4 inches here like this. 4 inches. Then you just connect like this. I'll just connect it to the midpoint of the neckline. So I'll just connect it like this. So this is what it will look like. So I'll just cut this marked area out. Okay, so you can see what I'm having here. This is my asymmetric neckline. That, or you can call it a one shoulder neckline. So that's all for the bodies of the dress. So we'll go over to the sleeve. Okay, Right now, after cutting it out like this, I'll go ahead and join the shoulder and use the body measurement as I've marked it out in my chalk to shape in the dress before cutting the basic sleeve for one hand, because the second hand is an off shoulder hand. The second hand will be kind of sleeveless. So let's get to the that part first, then I will explain on that better. Right now, just join the shoulder and shaping the bodies. Okay, I'm shaping the dress using my body measurement. You can see, and I just marked 7 inches upward from the hemming line, and I folded the both side. That's all. Then I stitch top stitch on it. That's what I just did. So what we do now is to pipe the neck area. So I'll just mark 1 inch. I'll cut a straight piece which I'll be using to turn the neckline to be 1 inch wide. Then I'll measure around my neck area and cut out seam length. So you just mark 1 inch. You can use a bias if you have same color. But since I don't have same color, I'll be using same fabric to turn the neckline. We just mark 1 inch long. You mark the neckline, measure the neckline, and cut out same length. So there's no big deal about it. So I'll just cut this out. So I also pipe the armhole area, so I'll just dip it a little. Just dip it a little, like half inch out of it. So I'll pipe the armhole area, that's the off shoulder armhole. I'll pipe the opening, the cup opening like this, pipe the rest part of the dress. Then I'll attach an invisible zip at the back part where I left out my zipper allowance. Then from this side, for this side, I'll be using this chiffon fabric, this chiffon material, which is half inches, 60 inches long, then 18 inches wide. So I'll just use to create a design at the front part. As you can see from the picture, before I fix the sleeve for the other hand, that's where it's not an up shoulder, the shoulder hand. Before I fix it, I'll make ruffles from this point. Okay, from this armhole opening, that's one side of it. I'll just make ruffles here. Just pleat it up here like this. Just split it up from there. It will go inside the armhole area. So I'll loosen up the armpit a little so I can stitch it to it together like this. Just make ruffles to be like this. Then after making these ruffles, I'll fix my sleeve. Then it will fall to the other end, which I'll be tying it up at the other sleeve. That's the off shoulder sleeve. I'll just tie it up there. Okay, after shaping the dress, and this dress will be a one hand dress, I'll just attach a basic sleeve to one side of the dress, which is the shoulder area. While the slanted area, I will slant it more because there won't be any sleeve here. So it will be like a one hand strap down. Then I'll be using this chiffon material to create a design on it. This is a 1 yard of fabric divided into two. What I'm having here is 18 inches for each piece, 18 inches wide, then 55 at about, it's 60 inches long though, so I just divided it into two. So this is it, and I weaved the both end to give it a neat finishing. You can see how it is. So what we'll be having here now will be like 58 inches long after I must have weaved the both end. So this is it. So I will just use this piece and I will gather it up at the armhole area, of the shoulder side. That's the side with the shoulder. So but before then, let's slant this up. So I'll just slant it up to where my armhole ends from this point like this. I'll just slant it just to this point. I'll just trim it off because I won't be adding any sleeve, so I don't need any armhole at this area. So I'll just slant it off from here like this, and I'll trim this off. But if you are adding an off-shoulder sleeve here, then you don't have to trim this off. You just attach your off-shoulder sleeve there. But I won't be doing that. So about the chiffon, I was saying, after slanting it like this, I'll just use my bias strip to turn it round. Like I said before, I just cut out a 1-inch long strip after measuring the neckline, round the neckline. This is the same length to the neckline, then it's just 1 inch wide. Then for this, we'll be gathering it up at the armhole area before fixing the sleeve, the basic sleeve. You just gather it up at this side like this, then you match on it before fixing your sleeve for both the front and the back. So you just take each piece for one for the front and one for the back, and you repeat same process. You pleat it up at the armhole area. After pleating it up, then you attach your basic sleeve. We are pleating it up first before, because we want it to be very neat. If you should fix your sleeve before attaching this, it will come out rough, and I want the edges of the chiffon to be inward, like inside the dress. So that's why we are fixing it before attaching the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead now and bias the neckline, attach my zipper, then we'll go straight to the fixing of the chiffon. For the bias, you can choose to like fix it inward or take it outward. What I mean by fixing it inward, you can start fixing it from the inner part, that's from the wrong side, then you turn it over like this on the right side. It's just based on preference. You can fix it inward or outward, both way come out nice. Okay, I've attached the chiffon on it. You can see this is the armhole. So right here I'll fix my basic sleeve, which I've cut out already. This is the sleeve. It's just a basic sleeve. I'll drop a link on how to drop the sleeve. I've done the tutorial on this before, so I'll just fix it on this side, the opening here. And I've also turned the neckline, just like I said I would do. I turned it from inward to outward. I just wanted it that way. I'll give it a good press so it will look very smooth. And I've attached an invisible zipper to this dress. It's already looking very beautiful. So this will come like this. You can see it will come like this, and I'll be tying it up at the other end. And this is the second one at the back. So this is how it's going to be. The finishing part of it will be, so you will just love how it will look like. So I'll just go ahead now and attach the sleeve to this dress and hem the lower part, and that will be all for this tutorial. So I'll do just that now and show you how beautiful and the outcome of this design. I just created this design. I've not seen the picture anywhere. I just figure it out. Actually, from the beginning I didn't know what I was doing, but I just chose to do something different. So let's fix the sleeve and see the outcome.
Okay, this is the outcome of my dress. You can see how nice and beautiful it's looking. It's looking like an already made dress. See how I tied it the front way. You can choose to tie it whichever way you prefer. You can also allow it to fall. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. Please ensure you like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next
video. Also choose to wear it this way. Leaving one shoulder. At least you can use this for a party, I guess. You just allow it to fall like this. And you can also wrap it all through like this. Take it to one end like this. You can wear this in diverse way, just based on preference. It's just looking very beautiful for different occasions. And I can do it this way. You take the back one, you cross it over to the other side of your hand, like this. Then you bring it to the front. You see, it's looking very beautiful. If you don't want it to flow, you can tie it twice. You can as well form a bowl like this.